Hello, my name is Charlotte. Thank you for joining me for a gentle, grounded yoga. We're here at the lovely VI Yoga School in Duncan, BC, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Starting on your mat in a comfortable position, legs can be crossed, hands resting on your knees, gently lowering your eyelids or closing your eyes completely. Starting with a scan through the body, bringing your focus to the top of your head, the crown of your head, noticing what arises here for you. Is there a tingle, some warmth, whatever it is, just allowing it to be. Bringing your attention now to the forehead, the brow, settling that focus on the eyes and eyelids. Taking nice relaxed breaths as we do this, in and out through the nose. Attention comes now to the ears, the cheeks, down to the jaw, making space between the molars. Notice how the energy flows down through your neck, cervical spine. And across the tops of your shoulders, the collarbones. Note any sensations that are coming up for you here. Maybe an ache, maybe a coolness. And again, taking note and just allowing that to be, not trying to change it. Feel the energy now as it flows down your arms, triceps, biceps, around your elbows, along the forearms. Notice the feelings that come up in the palm of your hand, the top of your hand, and bring attention to each finger and each thumb. Sitting with those sensations. Arriving with your focus and attention back to your torso, focusing on the chest, the rib cage, feeling the rib cage expand and the chest rise with each inhale, and contract with each exhale. Drawing attention to your abdomen, diaphragm. And here you might note that with each inhale, the navel draws towards the spine. And on your exhale, the belly becomes round and soft. bringing awareness to your hips, pelvis, and the sits bones. Feeling the lower part of your body heavy on the mat. And taking a moment to reflect on the feelings in this area. Maybe an ache, maybe a warmth, and letting those sits bones ground down into the mat. Now focusing your attention on the upper legs, the thighs, quadriceps, the hamstrings. Allowing that focus to trickle to your knees, the backs of your knees. And flow with your attention as it slowly cascades down the lower legs, the shins, and the calves. Coming now to the ankles, feeling them on your mat. Attention comes to the top of the foot, and then to the heel and the soles of the feet. And eventually bringing that attention and focus to linger in all 10 toes. Feeling into the toes, noting what arises here for you. Sitting in this nice, relaxed position. Noting all of the ways that we've focused in areas of the body without trying to change them, just sitting with them and allowing them to be. Continuing to breathe in and out through the nose. Staying in this nice relaxed state for about 10 more breaths. Two more breaths. When those are complete for you, allowing the eyelids to flicker open, allowing light to come back in, taking some small movements of the fingers and toes. Maybe the head gently rocks from side to side. And eventually, with care, helping your knees come up, letting the legs go nice and long. Feet can flex and point. Planting the feet on the mat. Hands come about 6 to 8 inches behind you. Fingers pointed to your body. And on an inhale, push into your hands, broaden across the collarbones, gazing to the ceiling. And exhale, letting that go. Again, inhale, look to the ceiling. Exhale, coming back to neutral. Last one, inhale, broaden across the collarbones, look to the ceiling. And exhale, coming back to neutral. Helping yourself up, wrapping your hands around your knees, head drops, making yourself into a little ball. Inhale, head up. Coming back to our cross-legged position. Inhale, hands rise, look to the fingers. Exhale through heart center, palms together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Allowing the hands to come back to the knees, starting with some shoulder shrugs. Shoulders come to the ears, looping them back and down and around. Elbows may come along for the ride. And circling in the opposite direction, shoulders up, coming forward, back down and around. Maybe you're hearing your shoulders wake up with all the pops and crackles that might be there. And finally, returning to center. Letting the hands come out in front of you, palms to the sky, taking your right hand to the left fingertips, bringing those fingertips down towards the mat, pulling them slightly in towards your body, waking up the wrists here. Releasing that and giving the hands a shake. Both hands come out front once more. Left hand to the right fingertips. Notice here where your shoulders are. The tendency might be for the shoulders to come up. And if they are, just drop them down, allowing the shoulder blades to come down your back. Releasing that and giving the hands a shake. Interlacing your fingers here and coming into some wrist rolls. Going at your own pace. And going in the opposite direction. Hands return down to the lap. Fingertips coming to either side of your body, walking the right fingertips out. Inhale, left hand rises, and on an exhale, tipping over to one side, feeling a nice curve to the body. Inhale, back up, hand comes down. And on your next inhale, right hand rises, tipping to the left. Keeping both hips planted on the ground. Inhale, twice more to each side. Inhale. Coming back through center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to the side. Coming back to the right. And last one. On the next inhale, hands rise. Interlace your fingers and release the index fingers. Stretching your arms up to the ceiling. Look to those fingers. And again, we'll tip to the side. Coming through center. Tipping to the opposite side. Maybe the stretch now is moving more up into the shoulders, the upper ribs. Back to center and releasing. Bring your left hand to the right knee. Right hand posts behind the right hip. On an inhale, grow your spine tall and let the exhale bring you into a twist, looking over the right shoulder. Navel is drawn to spine. Your gaze can be towards the back of the room. And unraveling, returning to center. Bringing the right hand to the left knee, left hand post behind your hip. Inhale, tall spine. And exhale, looking over the left shoulder. Allowing the exhale to possibly bring you into more of a twist. Broad across your collarbones once again. And inhale, back to center. Hands come to the mat. And walking your hands out in front of you, staying on tented fingers. Exhale, head comes down. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head down. Inhale. And exhale, staying here for 3 breaths. Inhale, head comes up. Walk those fingertips over to the right side. Torso is over top of the right leg, and on an exhale, fold down and over towards that right leg. Head coming between the upper arms, and both sits bones on the mat. 3, 4, 5. Head comes up, inhale through center and over to the left leg, framing that left leg with your body. Fingers are tented, exhale, folding towards the left leg. Head is heavy between the upper arms, coming towards your knee. Maybe feeling a stretch from the top of the hip along the side body and into the armpit area. Inhale, head comes up, walking back through center and pushing yourself back up to an upright position. Coming over to our tabletop, letting the legs come out, rolling onto your hip, planting your hands. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Hands are stacked under your shoulder. Knees are about hip distance apart and under your hips. starting with some hip circles in one direction, making your circles as large as you'd like, going nice and slow, or maybe speeding things up, your choice, whatever feels good in your body. Coming back around the opposite way. Pausing in center, allowing the right leg to go long and rocking back and forth into your ankle, toes, and heel. Feeling a stretch in the shin. And pausing in center, allowing that right leg to come up. Left hand comes long, thumb pointed to the ceiling. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hand comes down. Inhale that leg back to the mat. Shooting the left leg long, rocking back and forth into that foot and the calf. Pausing in center, and on an inhale, lifting the leg up. Right hand comes out, thumb pointed to the ceiling. Navel is drawn towards the spine to engage your core. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, hand returns to the mat. Knee comes down, tucking your toes under. We'll push back into a modified puppy pose. Hands come out a little further in front and pushing your bottom towards your heels. Head comes heavy towards the mat between the upper arms. Taking 5 breaths here. On an inhale, look towards your hands, coming back up to the knees, keeping the toes tucked, pushing up into a downward facing dog. Hips come to the ceiling. Adjust your feet. Feet are about hip width apart. Again, fingers spread nice and wide. Pushing into your downward facing dog. Gaze is between the thighs, eventually up towards the navel. Inhale, look to your hands and walk your feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, slowly rising up like you're a rag doll. And as you come up, your head will be the last to arrive. Then looping your shoulders up and bringing them back down. Taking some half sun salutations here. Feet are together or slightly apart. Inhale, hands rise, look to your thumbs. Exhale through center, planting your hands on your shins. Head is heavy. Inhale, push into your hands to a nice flat back. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, arms sweep as you rise, gazing to the thumbs. Exhale, Samastitihi. Twice more, inhale. Exhale, folding forward, slight bend in the knees. Plant your hands. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, Samastitihi. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale through center. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale to Samastitihi. Coming into a yogi squat, your feet will come out to the edges of your mat. Feet are slightly turned out. And as you sink into your squat, this might be your squat right here. Hands in prayer, resting your elbows or arms on your thighs. Or maybe it works for you to drop a little bit lower, bringing those arms inside the knees. Knees push to the arms, arms push into the knees. Feel those hips opening. Three, 4, 5. Inhale, hands come down to the mat. Push into your hands as you lift your hips up, bringing the feet back under your hips. Exhale, head is heavy. And inhale, rising up. Exhale, Samastitihi. Inhale as you step out to the right side of your mat, arms are wide, hands come to the waist. Look up to the ceiling on an inhale. Exhale, folding at the hips with a slight bend in your knees. Hands come down to the mat. If you have blocks or bolsters, you can also use those. Toes are slightly turned in. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, head comes down towards the mat, walking the hands back behind you, if that's allowable in your body. Bringing that crown of the head closer towards the mat. Elbows are coming towards each other, nice and strong in the hands. Inhale, head comes up. Exhale, hands to waist, bend into your knees, returning to a standing position. Hands to hips, folding forward once again. Bringing that left hand down in front of your face, pushing into it nice and strong. And on an inhale, we're going to turn to the right. Maybe the hand comes up for a twist here, or maybe the hand stays on your hip or the small of your back, coming into your wide-legged twist. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, coming back to center, bringing that right hand down to your mat, under your face once again. Inhale, sweeping the left hand up towards the ceiling or keeping it on your hip. For 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, hand comes down. Just lunging now from side to side. Trying to keep the heels on the mat. Pausing on the right side when you arrive there. And inhale through center, pausing on the left side. Inhaling back through center, exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to waist, push into your feet as you bend your knees, rising up. Hands come back to a T, turning towards the top of your mat, taking a nice big step, and coming back into Samastitihi. Taking a few breaths here, hand comes to the heart, hand comes to the belly. Releasing the hands to the side. We'll come into a little balancing pose now. For this balancing pose, feet will be a little bit wider apart, not quite hip distance. On an inhale, hands come up. Interlace your hands and flip your palms to the ceiling. And then rise up onto your tippy toes, choosing a spot to focus on that's not going to move to help with our balancing. And coming up as high as you can on those tippy toes, coming back down if you need to. Feeling all of the little muscles in the feet working here to keep us balanced. And on an exhale, hands come back to the waist and allow your heels to come back down to the floor. Returning to the front of your mat if you're not already there. We're going to exhale down to, vinyasa down to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, folding forward. Plant your hands close to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, step back to plank, lower your knees to the mat, and slowly come down towards the mat. Inhale, roll your shoulder tips back for little cobra. Exhale, head comes down, toes tuck, pushing back to our puppy pose. Taking 5 breaths here. Inhale, look to your hands, coming back up to your knees, pushing into downward facing dog for a moment. Bring that right knee close to your chest, and then bringing it down to the floor, sliding it along the right arm until it comes to the right wrist. Bringing that left leg behind you and crossing it over the right. Push yourself back and let the legs go long. Legs are long, walking your fingertips out for a forward fold here. Keeping a nice bend in the knees helps to release the hamstrings. Feet are active with toes pointed towards the ceiling. Just feeling a nice bend here at the hips. Not pushing or pulling yourself into the shape, just going where your body naturally goes. Inhale, push into your shins, coming up to a straight back, walking those hands back towards you. Plant the hands 6 to 8 inches behind you. Feet come to the mat. Taking some windshield wipers here. Knees rock from side to side. Next time you come over to the right side, pause here and look over the left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, coming over to the left side, looking over the right shoulder. Taking that once more to each side. Looking over the left shoulder, the knees to the right side. Coming back through center. Knees to the left and looking over the right shoulder. Exhale back to center. Coming up now. Feet are still planted. Knees are together, hands under the knees. Bring the tip toes to the mat for Navasana or boat pose. Taking 5 breaths here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross your right foot over your left. Plant your hands. Do a small pickup. Bring your bottom back down. Feet come out again, staying with the same position with the toes on the ground. Or maybe this time the legs come up, holding the legs, or maybe straight legs. 2, 3, draw your navel towards your spine to engage your core. 4, and 5. Bringing those feet back down to the mat, crossing the left over the right. Hands plant, lift up. Coming back down. Last Navasana. Make this one your own. Maybe letting go of the legs this time. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, right crosses over left. Hands plant, lift up. Come back down to seat. Planting the feet about hip distance apart. Reaching towards the front of your mat. Engaging your core here as we roll down vertebrae by vertebrae towards our mat. And at any point that you need to put your hands behind you to help yourself down, please do so. And eventually coming all the way down to the mat. Legs go long, toes point to the front of the mat, and arms come overhead for a nice long stretch. Feeling that stretch along your whole body. Exhale, bring those hands back up overhead. Bring the feet towards your sits bones. They're about hip distance apart, maybe a little further. Preparing for a flowing bridge. Start by planting the feet, lifting up in your shoulders and bringing your shoulders down on the mat, and then slightly lifting the pelvis and tipping it so that the lower back is flatter on the mat. And on an inhale, rise up, hips come towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, hips rise, knees coming more towards each other than splaying outwards. Exhale, hips down. Inhale, rising towards the ceiling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, and we'll hold this one for 5 breaths. Inhale, pushing firmly into the feet, maybe wiggling those shoulders a little further down the mat. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, coming back down to your mat, bringing those knees in towards your chest. Giving yourself a little hug, maybe the head comes up, maybe rocking from side to side. Bringing the head back down, put your hands on top of your knees and start to make some circles here, massaging into your kidney wings. Going in the opposite direction. Coming back to center, bringing the feet down to the mat, allowing that right foot to rise towards the ceiling. Interlace your hands behind the thigh. Begin to point and flex into the foot. Starting to do some half circles in one direction. and in the opposite direction. Flexing the foot back towards the ceiling. Hands come down beside you. Engage your core, and we'll lower that leg down in 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sliding that right foot back up, allowing the left foot to come to the ceiling, interlacing behind the thigh, pointing and flexing into the left foot. Starting to circle in one direction. Circling in the opposite direction. Flexing to the ceiling once again, hand comes beside you, lowering that foot down with an engaged core to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sliding that foot back up towards you. Rolling over onto your right hip. Bringing the right hand long. Knees are stacked. Hands come together and shoulders are stacked. And on an inhale, opening up to the left side, keeping your knees as they are, rolling here into a supine twist. Gaze can be to the ceiling or out towards your left fingers. Feeling a release in the lower back here. Three more breaths. On your next inhale, rolling back, bring that left hand to the right hand, shoulders are stacked. And then shifting over to center, rolling onto your back, bringing those knees together and over to the left side. Right arm comes over to meet the left. Keeping your hips and your knees stacked, your shoulders stacked. On an inhale, allow that right hand to come up and over, opening to the right side. For your supine twist here. And again, gaze can be to the ceiling, or for a bit more of a stretch in the neck, out towards the right fingertips. It may feel good to take the left hand to the top of the right knee and just apply a little pressure for some extra traction. Three more breaths. Bringing your knees back to center once again. letting the legs go long, feet coming to the top edges of the mat. Arms come closer to your body, palms to the ceiling. Maybe lifting in and bringing those shoulder blades down the back, tucking the chin slightly in, preparing to take your rest, knowing that you've done all of the work today on your mat, thanking yourself for taking this time for you, and allowing yourself to be here for about 5 minutes, or as long as you'd like, lingering in rest. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. And may you feel love. Please stay for your rest. Namaste.